It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
You want me to get you on the day, right? On your birthday, you gotta remind me of the day.
Dude, I remind you all of the time.
And one more.
All of the time. I've told you so many times.
I know it's in June.
Good.
And I know it hasn't happened
yet. That's 1 out of 12.
I know it hasn't happened yet.
Good. I'm glad.
Today's what, the 22nd?
Today is the 22nd.
So I'm so far I'm 9 out of 22.
Yep, pretty much.
I think that I don't know.
What do you mean? What was that fraction? What is 9 out of 22 mean?
I have 9 more opportunities to get it right.
So it could either be there are 30 days in June. So really 8, unless today is secretly my birthday.
Christian, today is not your birthday, right?
Dude, how bad would you feel? We've been hanging out for about 2 hours now. And if it was my birthday this entire time, let's say I took off the notification on Facebook that notifies everyone.
I'm not on Facebook anymore.
Okay, then there's no way you would actually know unless you remembered from the past decade.
I know it's not today.
It's so easy to remember, dude. It's so, let me, okay. I'm just going to tell you. Or do you want to keep guessing? Do you want to play this guessing game?
No.
Because we've done this before, and you get it wrong all the time. Your memory retention, you remember weird history facts.
I remember important things.
Fuck you, dude. I remember your birthday.
Don't take it personally. It's not like you're the only birthday I don't remember.
Dude, I'm already planning what I'm going to get you for your birthday. Maybe I should just not.
Maybe I have something for you too, and I just want to make sure I give it to you on the right day. Do you ever think about that?
I can tell by your micro expressions that you don't know.
Well, you're being a real cuck right now because you'll never guess what came in the mail today.
Oh, look at you. Mm-hmm. You look like a bobblehead, and that's how I know you're trying to cover something up.
Well,
June 30th, man.
Aren't you going to be eating? Okay, thank you. Aren't you going to be eating your words when I send you a picture of the box I have at home?
It's going to be a random box.
No way, bro.
From like Amazon. And you're like, I got to put tape
box
back
from
on
China.
Here. A China box? Like a Chinese takeout box? You'll never guess what I got you.
Ramen for lunch, bro.
You think ramen comes in a Chinese takeout box? You have some issues, man. Ramen is a Japanese delicacy, not a Chinese delicacy. You're talking about chow mein.
You can put ramen noodles in a box. You can put it in a bag. You could put it in a cup. And it's not up to me to tell you how to do it. In fact, this is America. If you want to put your ramen in your pockets, you can.
Don't steer away from the subject.
No, Christian. Now you got me on my soapbox.
You're talking about ramen locations now. That makes no sense. The only time I've ever heard of food in pockets is Napoleon Dynamite.
I've
You put tots in your pocket?
Not tots, but one time recently I went to a party. Actually,
this is recent.
Right before the whole coronavirus thing happened.
Okay.
I had gone to a party and they had like Chipotle catered. So there was like, build your own tacos and burritos and shit like that.
Okay.
And as soon as I saw them put the food out, I was like, I got to get my food first before all these sickos cover it with germs.
That's what you were thinking about?
So I made a whole bunch of tacos, like 5 tacos and a burrito, and then filled my pockets with tortilla chips. And then
you're wild, dude.
Ate all the food. And then like as the hours passed, we were sitting hanging out and I just reached in my pocket and eat some chips. And people were like, where'd you get the... We've been out of chips for hours. I'm like, no, they've been out of chips for hours.
You know who does that? Hobos. Hobos keep chips in their pockets. That's a hobo thing,
it's a preparation thing. One, it was smart of me for me to prepare, knowing that the disease was going around, because that's all like out. Nobody does catering food anymore. And also, like, I was preparing
for the worst. Preparing for the worst.
Yeah.
Putting food in your pockets.
Hope for the best. Prepare for the worst. Thank you very much.
Okay. Oh, is this a TED Talk?
It can be. Welcome.
Welcome to another episode of ICBTB podcast, also known as It Can't Be That Bad.
And I was just taking a delicious sip from my new mug that I found. It says, gives no fucks. If you gave this to me as a gift, please let me know.
You're horrible.
I don't know where I got this from.
How do you not remember your
gifts? I don't know how I came into owning this.
My mother makes me remember who gives me gifts.
I just told you, I don't remember even birthdays of my best friend. June 30th.
I just told you this.
And I was right.
All right, I'm going to give you a little hack. So
you're a hack, bitch. Don't call me shit, okay? I'm learning.
I said I'm going to give you a little hack.
Oh, sorry. My headphones aren't working then.
Holy crap. No, they're working. They're bumped up, my friend.
It's too loud. My ears. Ow.
Shut the fuck up, dude, and drink from your cup, you dick.
I drink your milkshake.
It brings all the boys to the yard. So basically what I was going to say was my favorite number is 3. My first name starts with
Wait.
the letter. What? No, let's hear me out.
Hang on.
Did you take that cracker out of your mouth?
Yes, because in order for me to memorize your birthday, I have to also know your favorite number.
I'm saying
What's
I'm
my
giving you
favorite
a
number?
hack. 7 because of James Bond 007.
No, bro. It's either 43 or 666. Because they're punk rock.
That's why. Hey, I had a good guess though. At least my guess.
And wouldn't my favorite
Was
number then be
educational.
007? It would be 007.
No, that doesn't count because in the realm of math, if the zeros come before the number without a decimal in front of it all,
Your point?
it means that. Okay, my favorite number is 3. My first letter starts with the letter C, which is the third letter in the alphabet. My birthday is in June, which is the 6th month, which is divisible by the number 3. My birthday also lands on the 30th day of June. 30 divided by 3 is 10.
Why not just start with that?
1993.
What? Yes. Thank you. I will never forget.
Thank you. Yeah, now that we've had this talk, which I'm sure
Honestly,
is giving you a headache.
No, you know what it is, and I'll be completely honest with you. Mm-hmm. Now that I have that hack, I'll never forget your birthday.
I hope so.
And I'm gonna break it down like that, like some sort of Rain Man trying to figure out your birthday instead of just maybe saving it in my phone.
Dude, it'll be that meme of that like white blonde lady just thinking really deeply
I
with
was
the
thinking
calculations
of
behind her.
Zach Galifianakis from The Hangover.
Oh, that one where he's at the casino.
You know,
What's up?
I like to talk about movies that are super underrated and kind of unknown.
Hey, I like to do the same thing.
Would you like to talk about it in like a recorded medium and also maybe a video medium?
Holy shit, is this a microphone in a studio around us?
Guys, we've been doing improv for 20 years combined. Mm-hmm. And this is what you get, guys. So when you're out there paying money for your improv classes in Hollywood, this is what you get.
This is the filet mignon of improv.
Not the kind of fillet I thought you were going to end with.
What did you think I was going to say?
This is the fellatio of improv.
Oh, that's what you thought? Which ain't a bad analogy, too.
It's not the
Fellatio is
worst.
good.
Is it?
Fellatio mignon.
Fellatio mignon.
Imagine a blowjob and a steak at the same time.
Yeah.
I'd be very confused.
I don't enjoy crossing beams like that.
I know. And I don't want to go into why I know about this about you, but you have some weird thing about eating. Then don't eat at a strip club, dude.
Yeah, thank you. I know. I've made and learned that mistake.
This is why tables at the strip club where you eat at are facing the other way, away from the strippers.
Or just like why no one's eating at the stage. Like you sit down thinking that's like the cool place to eat your steak, but it's like, oh, wait a minute. Nobody's eating their steak at the stage. Now I get it.
I hear there are actually really good foods at strip clubs, which is weird. Come fed already.
No.
Or
That's...
what? What do you mean, no?
No, you can't. You want them to stay as long as possible and spend as much money as possible. And if
Even if that means
$2
food?
wings, if $2 endless buffalo wings is what's going to keep you in
Sounds
here
good, dude.
throwing ones at this woman who needs to finish her nursing school, then by all means, I'm going to give you unlimited wings.
Nursing school.
What? They're always finishing nursing school, or they're trying to get their law degree,
They're
or
studying
also-
psychology.
No, not that one.
Not that. Not
too-
that major.
They're too broken to be studying psychology.
Maybe they're studying psychology to figure out why they're broken.
Honestly, bro, no.
Honestly, bro, this has nothing to do with the episode. I do want to bring this fact up to you. I did look up prior to this episode how much a hitman does make in terms of salary. A low-level hitman can range from $5,000 to $15,000 per hit. High-level hitmen, which tend to be the ones glamorized in movies such as Hitman or Suicide Squad, tend to cost far more, $100,000 plus per contract. It's a lot of money, man.
So when I think of hitmen, I think of like Bond, James Bondy, kind of like assassins.
Yeah.
Kind of like in this movie. But I think in real life, most hitmen or like assassins are like sicarios. Did you ever see that movie?
No.
Okay. That has a really, at least the second one, has a really interesting like following of this kid who's being like groomed to be a murderer for the cartel.
It's so weird.
And I think modern assassins are like that. I don't think there's a lot of like spy versus spy, hush, hush, look at me.
You don't think that
Kinda-
exists anymore?
I don't think if it ever did.
Really? So you think that's just a fabricated...
I think it's a movie thing. I think maybe there's nuggets. Every once in a while, you know, we may have sent, a guy to snipe a dictator from a mile away. But I think the real world is far grittier and far simpler.
Yeah.
And lamer.
Yeah, but then that wouldn't sell.
No, James Bond sells.
Now, James Bond does sell. That I think that is a good depiction of a hitman.
Yeah. Well, assassin.
Of an assassin. That's a good way to put it. I think this movie
Puts
definitely
a way
does a
different
good
spin
job.
on it.
Yeah, it's a good. Guys, watch this movie. Let's just tell the baddies what we watched. Today we watched Killing Gunther.
It is the directorial debut of one Taran Killam.
Yes.
Killam.
Taran Killam. Yes.
Taran.
How I think it's Taran.
Ends with an N or an M.
N.
Taran Killam.
Taran Killam.
Taran Killam.
You're making it more and more ethnic.
Taran
Which I don't know if
Killam.
I don't know his 23andMe.
Honestly, I don't either. He is a Saturday Night Live alum.
Yeah.
Very funny comedian.
Is
actor.
married to Robin Scherbatsky.
Or in real life, her name's Cobie Smulders.
Whatever the hell you want to call her.
And is this not only a back-to-back spy week, because last week we also did a spy film.
Yes.
Or maybe this week we also did a spy film. But also last week we did a Cobie Smulders film.
Yeah,
as well.
this is a lot of back-to-backs.
A lot of double dipping here. Mm-hmm. We are saying, fuck germ transmission. We're double dipping.
I'm going to take a bite out of this breadstick and dip it back in the ranch.
Because we're best friends. We double dip with each other. And we share.
Yeah.
Everything.
I remember when COVID first came out, I'm acting like COVID is like a a new thing that hit the shops when COVID first came out.
When it first hit the shelves, bro, we were all about it.
Yeah, I trusted you enough to actually shake your hand. We actually had hand sanitizer right here on this table, and we would
It was just for show.
it all the time.
I never wear a mask because I think it's a joke. And honestly, I think I'm stronger for it.
Damn, dude, you're going to be bringing in a lot of heat with that comment.
You know what?
What is that, a candle flame? That's a flame going out? That's your career going out? Psst.
Nah, bro.
From that outrageous comment.
That's the sound of air coming in and out of my mouth because I'm not wearing a mask.
That's the sound of air coming in and out of your asshole because it's loose from all the butt fucking.
I like that you're trying to do more insults. I'm really enjoying this new, it's only taken 100 episodes for you to start to bite back.
No, I give you insults sometimes. It's just,
But you
have
never
to
did
feel
it in front
out,
of people.
dude. In front of people. Actually, I do it more in front of people than when it's just us two. I think that's the thing.
Which means you're fake, bro.
No.
You're a fake bully.
No.
You should bully people 100% of the time. Instead of being a fake bully and only bullying people in front of other people,
Stop.
just bully 100%, bro.
We provide, given this platform, we hold some influence over those viewers that do enjoy our comedy.
Our 10 listeners.
Our tens of thousands.
I'm sorry, yes, our tens
listeners.
of thousands of baddies.
Yes. And so what you say might actually have an effect. So please don't bully. And don't be a hitman either.
Unless the kid or if you're bullying somebody, unless they really got it coming. We watched Killing Gunther.
Yes.
And it was a movie. If it pleases the court, I'd like to represent the itty bitty nitty gritty for the people of Alejandro versus It Can't Be That Bad.
Well, go right on ahead.
We watched a movie called Killing Gunther. It was released in the grand year of 2017. It has a rating of R.
Was that a pirate voice?
Well, do you know what a pirate's favorite letter is?
Is it R?
Most people think it is, but it's actually the C.
And for those of you only listening to this and not watching us on our YouTube channel,
Yeah, check us out on YouTube so you can see
we
why
got
that
full
joke's funny.
video episodes.
Don't
out.
explain to them. They have to go to YouTube to see why that joke's funny.
Okay.
Killing Gunther has a runtime of 1 hour, 33 minutes, or 93 minutes, or 67 minutes before you actually see Arnold Schwarzenegger. Because
Wild.
they heavily sell that Arnold Schwarzenegger's in this film, and he's in maybe 40 minutes of it.
But I don't feel gypped. I don't feel ripped off. I think it's part
Incredible.
of the joke.
Great
Part
film.
of the joke.
It has a rating of 4.8 out of 10 on IMDb.
How?
It has a 48% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is, I think, very interesting that they line up perfectly. Mm-hmm. And then a 53% on Metacritic. I'm sorry, Metacritic. I'm learning French.
Oh, wow.
And Christian, would you like to guess? Holy shit. Wow, I thought my eyes were going bad. Would you like to guess the percentage of Google users? I'm actually really shocked.
73%.
64%.
Fuck
Is this the lowest rated Google film that we've ever done?
No. We did.
I think it is.
Literally, hey, let me speak. Literally right before Aaron, the film that we did last week had a 53%. Which blows my mind as well.
I don't mean to distract, and I won't do it anymore, but I'm eating Ritz crackers and drinking a little bit of booze here, and the saltiness of the crackers and the sharpness of the booze are making a very painful experience in my mouth.
Yeah, it doesn't look fun, dude. The
But
fact,
you know what?
anyone eating crackers during a podcast,
I'm doing it quietly.
you're doing it quietly, but now
I'm
that
doing it in a good way.
it makes you so thirsty.
No, I'm good.
What?
I'm like moisturized from
How
it,
much
actually.
saliva do you produce?
Actually, as a baby, I
disgusting.
used to have to change bibs constantly. My parents had to like pack 5 bibs if we went out because I would just
Alex is drooling again.
just soak through them, bro.
Wow, they would have to make you sleep on your side, or else you'd just choke on your own spit.
They put a funnel and they would just like, anyways, synopsis coming at you here.
Right at you.
Spoilers a little bit already in the synopsis.
Damn, really?
Yeah, Robert Gunther Benedict is renowned as the world's greatest hitman. A group of self-obsessed assassins team up to take Gunther out, determined to claim the title for themselves. Directed, written, and starring Taran Killam. It ends with an M, bro. Taran Killam.
Oh, I thought you were talking about his first name.
Of course.
Taran
cover
Killam.
your ass now, bro. You
No,
always gotta
dude.
cover it up. Oh,
Play it back.
You can never just like admit
Otis,
that you're
play it
wrong,
back.
bro. You can never shut up, go back to sleep. You can never just admit that you're wrong. Starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Fun fact at you, number 1. Arnold Schwarzenegger took up 20% of the budget of this film.
Holy shit! He took all of Taran Killam's money.
He took 20% of the fucking money. Taran Killam is the second build. Rough, bro. Talk about a rough break being second build in your own film. But also, paying 20% for
the governor.
It's starring his beautiful wife, Cobie Smulders, his beautiful best friend, Bobby Moynihan.
Oh.
I don't know if they're best friends, but I'd like to think that they are.
I really hope they hang out outside of
God, I hope they
doing
do.
work, yeah.
Hannah Simone,
Other known as Cece from New Girl.
and Paul Bretane. He plays Gabe. Gabe, I thought was actually really underratedly funny.
He's funny. Definitely funny.
Aaron Yo plays a gentleman named Yang.
Who is the Asian guy from, what did we see that he was from?
He was in 21. He was also in Disturbia.
In Disturbia, the Asian best friend in Disturbia.
And then Ryan Gaul as well.
Ryan Gaul, a fantastic improviser. Yeah,
Plays a Russian hitman.
super funny.
Hilarious, which is French for hilarious.
No, for all of our French listeners out there, if there are any, I'm sorry for Alejandro's despicable rendition of the French language.
Despicable?
Dude. Yes. What are you looking at?
Trying to find how much money this movie made.
Yeah. Aren't you supposed to be doing this research before I hit record, dude?
Oh, you think I do research for this shit?
At least look just the Wikipedia or the Google search.
Honestly, if I have you fooled on that, I wonder how these dumb idiots must think I'm a genius.
0, dude.
Especially with the syntax of that last sentence.
Yeah, man.
You know what? How about we just make up numbers? I think it made $1 bajillion.
I think it made 3.
Somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere between that. We're right.
Let's just jump right into this pool, deep end style.
Yes.
My favorite character is Taran Killam. He is playing the best. Like He's
so
Okay.
funny.
Take the gloves off.
Okay.
This is one of the funniest spy parodies I've ever seen in my life.
And for it to have been his directorial debut,
Yeah.
fantastic, dude. And like
Knocks it out of the park. I don't understand. It's not even like stupid silly, like where MacGruber or a lot of those like SNL alum movies can become super campy and very like
Yeah.
Joe Dirt kind of gets that way where it's just like it's dumb for the sake of being dumb. Mm-hmm. This film is so fucking funny. Like
It's smart.
actually funny.
It's basically an hour and a half long sketch done well.
Oh,
Because they, in the science of comedy, they do it right. They're always raising the odds.
yes.
They are always raising the stakes. I'm sorry, and they're doubling down on anything that is just crazy, wacky, and unusual, but in such a tasteful way. Every single character in here has their own game, has their own niche, and has their own little quirk, and they do it well. Nothing feels campy, nothing feels cheesy. Everything is just well executed, dude.
It is. It's also kind of. I had an opportunity to finish the movie with you, right? I had seen the movie
Yes.
already, and when I came in, you were finishing the last maybe 20 minutes of the film.
Yeah.
And it was fun because there is quite a bit of twists and turn in the film, so it was fun for me to watch somebody not knowing what the end was going to be shocked by some of the things that I already knew, because it is also, on top of being a
You're
silly
seeing my
sketch,
reaction, yeah.
a very well crafted spy thriller. Like
Yeah.
you are kind of questioning what you've seen and what's happening and like who the people are. You're questioning like the loyalty of the group. A lot of times I thought Sonya was working with Gunther the whole time.
Yeah, Hannah Simone.
I kept thinking she was
wow,
a double agent.
that's an outlandish thought. I never thought that once, but
Really?
okay. Yeah, that's interesting.
Because she was always like a little bit late. She had time with Gunther when nobody else did, and then they just had to take her word for it at least 2 different times. And then the second time she was like, "Oh, I shot him," and then they had video of it.
That's right. Okay, that was a little suspicious.
That was the second time she had alone time with Gunther, who we thought was Gunther. Actually, no, that was Gunther. But yeah, so on top of being very funny and very wittily comedic, it's also a very well done, like, thriller kind of suspensey spy assassin film. Like, it's good. It's really, I don't know if I can say that it's good, but I'd like to say that it's good.
Great. Good. Saying that it's good is definitely an understatement. There are so many different flavors in this comedy.
Vanilla, dude, strawberry,
Neapolitan.
That's
which
my favorite.
Is inclusive of everything that you just said. It's a mockumentary as well.
Oh man, and
such a good job at making it a mockumentary.
I'm gonna nerd out for a second here, and it's not gonna be about James Bond. It's gonna be about how this film kept the joke through all of it. This is a documentary, and we never see anything that's not part of the documentary.
Yes.
Like, a lot of times mockumentaries or The Office or something that's showing this will eventually break away from the documentary of it and show the movie of it. Eventually they just kind of break that fourth wall and now it's a movie again. This movie is only seen through the lens of these documentarians' film.
Yes.
And it is such a perfect joke. At one point there's a fight scene and the cameras fall, and the cameras just happen to fall in, like, of course, the right spots so that they can capture the stuff. But then they keep hitting the camera so that they keep continuing the shot. So the fight moves and the cameras move. It's so brilliant. Yeah. I don't know if that was Taran Killam or if that was a director of photography who had those ideas, but
someone did it right.
Oh my!
Someone did it right.
Every aspect of this film is done perfectly,
dude. And every actor is acting up a storm.
Bobby Moynihan is one of my favorite.
Right from the beginning.
He's always been one of my favorite SNL alum. He's always been one of my favorite. Like, he had a show for a very short time.
Really? What, his own show?
Yeah, was it
like a sketch show?
It only ran for one season. It was like a sitcom, and it was like,
oh, I'm sad that they didn't continue.
In 3 timelines, where me, myself, and I, and it was about Bobby Moynihan's life as a single father who raises a daughter. That's happening now. And then it has flashbacks of him as a kid growing up, how he became an adult. And
is this actually based on his life too?
No, it's just a sitcom.
Okay.
And then it has a future version of how who he became. So it's me, myself,
That's
and
smart.
I. It's the 3 versions. And the show, I think, was setting up this idea of, like, we're going to follow these 3 storylines and figure out how they meet. Because, like, when we see present day Bobby, he is like just gone through a divorce and just got custody of his kid and, like, trying to figure out how to, like, keep his business afloat and be an adult. And then, like, when we flash back to a kid, we see, like, why he's kind of, like, fucked up and an idiot, and, like, how his childhood reflected that. And then when we see in the future, we see that him, like, being, like, retired and trying to, like, finally discover himself again because he, like, gave so much of himself to raise his daughter. I thought it was such a smart, witty show.
That's actually smart.
1 season.
It blows my mind how many shows out there come to fruition only for 1 season. Something that and I'll stay on this briefly, but something that I just found on Hulu and just binged half of the season of was The Comedians, which stars Josh Gad and Billy Crystal, and they star themselves, dude.
Yeah, it's them, like, that was an FX thing.
It was an FX
that
thing.
was really funny, yes.
And it's so funny, and I stopped watching because I was like, I wonder how many seasons exist.
1.
Only 1. And so I wanted to save myself from the heartbreak of, like seeing the season finale and whatever cliffhanger they make.
I think they wrap it up. I'm pretty sure they intended that for only being a
then
one-off
maybe I'll
thing.
just finish it.
You should, because I also think that was the last time Billy Crystal was funny.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
I don't know what he did after that.
Ever since then, he just talks about baseball or complains about millennials, and, like, I'm just tired of.
That's his thing, though, complaining about millennials. Like,
no, that's not his thing. Is, like, complaining and being funny and, like, pointing out the oddities and being, like, the smart Jew guy. Now his thing is just, like, he's. I don't mean to hate on these classic comedians who are the reason why I like comedy, but him and Jerry Seinfeld and even I think Eddie Murphy are kind of out of touch. They're not going to be able to make jokes. I'm really hoping when Eddie Murphy makes his return to comedy, it's going to be very, very good. I know it will be because he's Eddie Murphy.
He's a genius, dude, yeah.
But it's not going to be, it's got to be very different from what he's done in the past. Like, it can't be just like Seinfeld's new special on Netflix is nothing like any of his other
Yeah,
specials.
did you like that?
No, because I don't think he's funny
By
anymore.
any means.
He's doing too
very
many
different.
gymnastics. He's
It's
running
physical,
around on the
way
stage.
more physical.
That's not Seinfeld. I didn't think it was funny. Like it seemed like somebody was doing a Seinfeld impression with new jokes.
I haven't seen the new Chappelle thing, but I know that's not.
It's
That's not slated.
846?
Yeah, it's not slated as a
not
stand-up
funny at all.
special. It's more
Very poignant, though.
informative. Yes,
Yeah, very
exactly.
And like he has some very great points. But and Chappelle, you know what? Not a political podcast.
Yes,
I'm just gonna
let's
nip
shelf
it in
it.
the butt. Yep.
This is about killing Gunther.
This is about assassins who blow shit up. We got
Really fucking
distracted
funny.
way deep because I was talking about Bobby Moynihan.
Yes,
Bobby Moynihan plays a character. He plays a demolitions expert in this film.
and it's what his introduction is hilarious. He just looks like this fisherman.
Yeah.
and he
He's
talks
like,
to you. Why he?
Widemouth bass are actually a predator.
Yeah, like what? What, Bobby Moynihan? And he's talking about how he first became when he first found his love for killing people.
Yes.
He worked in a mine, like he was the demolitions expert for a mine.
He accidentally,
Quote, unquote.
air quotes, blows up his boss. But then
who he hated.
and then he says like everyone's like, and then after I did that, I thought to myself, yeah, I could do that for a living. Just
Yeah.
blow people up.
I thought about falling in love before, but I don't know if I could do it. I love killing people too much.
Bobby knocks it out of the park. Actually,
Yes, every single character does.
Hannah
Simone,
plays a character named Sonia.
Sanaa. I don't know how it is.
Bless you.
It's pronounced.
And she plays the daughter of like one of the worst assassins in the world.
Yes.
And it's funny because when we're introduced to her, she's doing like an assassination, and her dad comes out wearing a shirt that says like Sonia's #1 fan.
Yep.
And he's like, "Did you see that shot? Did
you see that? That's my daughter.
I did that. Oh, I love you so much."
Dude, acting up a storm, being so funny, man. That is such a well-executed role.
The father-daughter connection that they have is very fun, especially because he's very protective of her too.
Dude, that's the comedy of it. It's just the unusual collision of two different ideas of the very proud father that we all know.
And even her being like, I'm good at being an assassin. Like, I don't need to go off my father's name. Like, she has that chip on her shoulder that it's
that her father's a well-renowned assassin, and she wants to just create her own path as her own assassin.
Perfectly rounded.
So funny. There's some dude that has a bionic arm.
Oh my god, the bionic arm is one of the funniest. So they're like, what is his name, real quick? I just want to find.
Yeah, look it up real quick. But it's such a
Ramat.
No, Ramat's the dad. Ramat's the Hannah Simone's dad.
Izzat Crusher.
That guy, Izzat Crusher.
Bukhari. And like when they're like, we got Izzat, and like, we got Izzat, yeah, we got Izzat, and then they like go find him.
So excited.
They're like, yeah, we're at an undisclosed location because this is where you meet up with assassins. And then as soon as he shows up, he's like, what the fuck is this camera crew? What the fuck is with this camera crew?
He has like a pistol pointed
and they're like,
at
it's
them.
cool, they're with us, they're with us. He has this bionic arm that when it loses battery power, closes his fist
at immense force, dude.
constantly. He's like crushing bottles and destroying them, and then he's like, does anybody have an Android or Google phone charger? And they're like, I have an iPhone charger. He's like, nah, it's not the same.
Yeah, Hannah Simone was like, I have an iPhone 6 charger. Nope, that doesn't work.
My favorite joke of that is when they're at an arms dealer and he's standing next to a plug charging his arm, and he goes, yeah, this place is actually pretty cool, they got really nice stuff. He's like, I crushed this Glock, which is actually kind of a shame because he's got a break it you buy it policy. So
yeah, the handle of the Glock is just destroyed. So fucking funny. Sadly, are we gonna spoil any of this? I mean, it came out 2017.
It's on Netflix. You should watch it. And,
check it out.
And we'll give you guys 10 seconds right now to pause this, and we're gonna just give you a second.
Yeah,
or two.
10 seconds is what you said. So that's weird that you said, I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Yeah, we're going to give you a second or two. You cut out 8 seconds, dude.
You get 8 seconds.
Let's just say, spoiler alert from here on out.
Look, if you're back by now, you should have seen the film.
Yes.
How about that?
There you go.
Yeah, you had all that time to go watch the film and pause this. It's a podcast, guys. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah. These voices are immortalized
you
onto your
own these
phone.
Voices.
I don't like the way you said that. You do not own these voices.
You
do not own me. I am my own person.
You don't own me.
You don't know. No, that's not even the song. You don't know me, right?
Not unless you're singing the G-Eazy version.
I don't know the G-Eazy version.
Bro, because you don't like culture.
I know who G-Eazy
He's like
is.
the whitest rapper ever.
So, a white rapper from Berkeley.
Yeah,
from Berkeley, dude.
Anyways, your turn to talk about this movie.
Yeah, this movie, I want to talk about each and every single character. There's an Asian dude who is a poisons expert. So he has a best friend that is a snake, which Gunther kills, and that's
why he hates Gunther.
Yeah, and so he has this vendetta out for him.
And when he's talking to the documentarians, the cameraman?
Yeah, the cameraman, I'd say that.
He's like, my best friend was a snake. And they're like, oh, like, he lied to you or he turned on you? And he's like, no. He was an actual snake. A
literal snake.
That's where I get my venom.
Gunther killed him, and it cuts to this picture of a snake that is like tied into a knot and he's just dead on the floor. And also, so what this guy does, instead of holding a gun, he walks around.
Throws poison at you.
He has vials of poison that he holds like a knife right next to his like neck. But also another funny quirk about this Asian dude is that he cannot stand the sight of blood.
He throws up, even talking about it.
Yeah.
He can't even like say gagging. The word. When we're first introduced to him, he like runs around the corner and Taran Killam's like, whoa, it's cool, it's us. Mm-hmm. And he's like, whoa, man, this is poison. I almost threw this in your face. And he's like, I'm glad you did. And he's like, yeah, me too.
Who throws poison? Because it's already in a vial. So the vial has to shatter in someone's face.
It's so vile.
Thank you.
20 years of improv.
20 years of improv, and this is what you get. He also, very much like how a guy with a trench coat in an alleyway selling you bootleg stuff opens up his trench coat and has a bunch of random shit on the inside. That's where he keeps his poison.
I always think that guy is there to flash somebody.
Yeah, the trench coat guy. Yeah, either people in trench coats, they either sell you bootleg stuff or they're going to flash you.
Or kill you.
One of the three. So pick your poison.
No, I'm not going to distract anymore. My other favorite character is Taran Killam's like kind of gay mentor.
Ashley?
No, the like partner that like gets shot in the head.
Oh, Max. Yeah, they kind of had some homoerotic.
They have like a look, right?
Yes.
They have like a look where they like laugh and like kind of like touch each other's suit for a second.
Yeah. And
then it cuts to him giving a speech. And when I first saw that, I thought it was one of the funniest things of just the fact that
it's so subtle, dude.
Oh,
because
man.
These two, Taran Killam and this Max character, they were partners in the past. They did hits together, and he joins him. Max joins Taran Killam's team for a brief second, and they had this like little back and forth. And I forget what they say verbatim.
He says something along the lines of, I'm doing this for my dignity or something like that. He's like, oh, is that what you call your penis? Or is that what you call your virginity now or something like that?
That's right.
He's like, no, it's like if I had it, you'd want to take it. And he's like, no, I wouldn't want to take it. And then they're like,
and it's
laughing.
kind of like super weird.
And like linger. They just have a...
There's tension there. There is sexual lingering tension there.
Oh my God.
Because you don't say that to your best friend. Oh, if that was your virginity, I bet you'd want to take it. Don't ever say that to me.
Okay.
You're fucking crackers, dude. Who
that
else
sounds like an insult.
You're fucking crackers, dude?
Mm-hmm.
It was really meant to be an insult. That's
First of all, don't touch me.
I'm not even touching you, man.
I just learned that that's the best way to like... You know, everyone's talking about de-escalation right now.
Yeah.
The best way to escalate it is to just say, first of all, don't touch me.
Dude, I want to do that with my next like one-on-one conversation with my supervisor.
Oh man. First of all, don't touch me.
For like
it's not good. It's just the way to start fights, bro. It's like it's an escalation.
Do you have any questions regarding this presentation, Christian?
Oh man.
First of all, don't touch me.
First of all, don't. I've done that. I've said that before. Like,
that doesn't surprise me, man. For you to escalate a situation.
Don't touch me. You gotta get your hands off me, Otis.
Stop, Otis. Stop touching me.
Lower.
What other characters are there? I know we're missing a few. Oh, the Russian siblings.
The Russian twins are funny enough.
I think they were hilarious.
I wish they had either a bigger role or were silent.
That is my only complaint, is that they didn't have a big enough role.
If their role was a little bit bigger, a little more fleshed out, it would have been, I think, a little bit funnier.
But I think it was...
Or not fleshed out, but just a more screen time.
I think it was a smart decision to give them that much screen time, because there were so many characters that it could have turned into like a Suicide Squad type of thing.
And exactly. I was just going to say, and there has to be enough of a connection of us and them for their special moment to be, jarring for us. Oh, we already said they have to see it by now. When they die. When we find out that they're dead.
And that's actually really funny when they died.
And then even in the callback to it later on, when Gunther is like, "This is so gross, huh?"
Yeah. So basically, what happens? You guys have seen
it.
this. Yeah, you saw how they die.
I like this. We should always make them watch the film.
Zero exposition. Remember when this part happened?
Remember the part with the duck?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, end podcast.
Why
aren't we famous?
15-minute podcasts. What's up? Ashley, who is the mentor of Taran Killam. And he looks up to him so much.
Secret weapon.
Their secret weapon. Taran Killam thinks that he could confidently take out Gunther just because he has Ashley. And he's just this super old guy. And it even cuts to a
Three times.
Yes, he gets a heart attack 3 times in this film. What I was going to say is that it even cuts to him doing a hit. And it's just like him slashing some dude and telling a girl to run away to her family.
Slow.
Yeah.
My favorite part is when they pick him up from the hospital the first time. And they're like, what's the kid's name? Gabe?
Yeah.
Gabe, they're like, Gabe's like, oh, I'm so excited to meet Ashley. And they're like, you don't even know Ashley.
Yeah.
And then they all come in, they're like, sir, it's an honor to meet you. And he's like, who the fuck is this guy? And they're like, oh, that's Gabe. He drove. It's fine. He's fine.
Dude, Gabe is, like you said,
punching
very
bag.
Underrated. He is the punching bag of the entire team.
His costume when he goes on the airplane and gets when they fly to Miami.
Yes. Is it Miami?
Yeah, because remember, okay, my other favorite joke was when they're sitting on the bench and then the skater goes by and like switches the bag real quick.
Oh,
and
that was
Taran Killam's like, do not film him. Do not film him.
Because he has so many weird rules.
Oh my God. Taran Killam's like, when the character breaks and has this moment of like, no, you need to film everything. Like, you need to constantly be filming me and like, those are my favorite moments because then it cuts back to him being like, vamos a Miami.
Dude, he goes through so many different stages. His character.
Brilliant. Taran Killam is so brilliant in this film.
Right in the beginning, he is smooth as hell, right? He's smoking he takes out a cigarette from the cigarette case. He has a nice suit on, his legs are crossed, and he's talking to the camera like he's the dopest hitman out, right? By the end of the film, this fool is batshit crazy. He goes through emotional ups and downs. The way
he's broken. This film ends with him broken.
Really, literally broken.
Do you remember Matt
into
Hardy
pieces.
from WWE?
Yes.
When he was on I believe it was TNT, their wrestling show, he had broken Matt Hardy, where he was just like a broken character version of Matt Hardy, where he was like, everybody's fucking crazy, bro. That's what happened to Taran Killam. This was broken. He was a
broken Matt Hardy.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the movie got more interesting for me when they kind of fleshed out his character even more. When the camera guy, I think Nate is his name, he says, "Are you sure does this have anything to do with your ex-girlfriend with Lisa?" And he's like, "Lisa?
Who?
What was her name again?"
I don't know that. And then they cut to Cobie Smulders, and she's like, "Yeah, I knew Blake. We dated for a while, but it just wasn't right." And
I just couldn't compete with his ambition.
And then they play the phone message.
Yeah,
and he's like, "That doesn't even really sound like me." And then the message is like, "It's me, Blake." And he's like, "Okay, so me and this person."
It's him cry screaming.
He's like, "So me and this person have the same name. Whatever. What a coincidence." It's like, "It's me, Blake, so and so." And he's like,
his last name.
He's like, "Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. That doesn't even sound like me."
And then he cuts immediately and he says, "Wait, did you go see her?" And he was immediately concerned about how she was doing, her well-being. Cobie Smulders does a great job in this too.
Yes.
She doesn't appear too much, but she was just
enough.
Just enough.
I was surprised to see her in it actually, but I'm glad she was there.
I will confidently say that she and the cameramen are they're the straight men of the movie. Everyone else is wacky. Everyone else is unusual.
Agreed.
They provide the contrast and the juxtaposition for this to actually
I don't think you're supposed to pronounce the X in that word. Just the position.
Just the position?
Just the position. I don't think
there's really?
Yeah,
let's look at this.
X's are usually not pronounced with like a hard verbiage.
Fuck it. I don't want to search it up.
It's because I'm right.
Yeah, no. I've caught you saying some words wrong for sure. Do you want me to say them out now, right now?
Which word do I say wrong?
Conversate.
Conversate?
Yes.
That's a word.
Converse is the word, my friend.
What?
Conversate is not the word.
Conversate is a word.
No. Converse is the word for conversation.
That is a different. Yeah, that's the action of.
Converse is the proper word.
Conversate is a word. It's a past tense action.
I know what you're saying, and we could look this up, but I'd rather not get into this during the middle of the episode.
Well, now we're gonna have to.
We've
just spend
argued before.
We're gonna have to just spend a couple minutes on it
you
because
remember
conversate is a word.
When you said Odysseus, and who's the other person?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Odysseus is not the same person as. Fuck, dude. We were talking about this.
Hercules? He's definitely not the same person as Hercules, and if you think they're the same, then this conversation can end now. Killing Gunther, I think, was a very funny film
I'll look it up later.
You know what? Don't worry about it. Killing Gunther is a really interesting film to me because it's a great way for us to see all of these characters doing something that, like, I don't know, I never thought I'd see Taran Killam behind a gun, and like he kind of makes it work.
Yeah, it's so different. Like, this came out of nowhere. Like, I remember when I first saw this movie come out, I remember the poster with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I was like, oh, this is an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. And then when you told me, oh, we should do this movie, it's Taran Killam's first movie ever.
Yeah.
And I was like so fucking surprised and executed very well.
Worth every penny, I think.
What's funny is that they were just so bad at their jobs. Like, so Bobby Moynihan is a demolitions expert, and his job was to
blow up Gunther's car.
Exactly. And every other car except for Gunther's car blows up.
But because Gunther rigged those other cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I think that's the funny part of it.
When we have the breakdown of everything that happened in the film from Gunther's point of view, the first time I watched it, I was like out of breath laughing. When he like breaks down all the things that we've seen, he's like, oh my God, he got hit in the fucking neck. I didn't even mean for that to happen. Like his commentating, his conversating of it.
Stop, dude. Go on with the movie. We'll have a talk later.
We'll conversate about it later.
Stop. Stop it. You stop.
It's the best.
You don't even know what you said. You got caught up in the whole conversate type thing.
Look, I got distracted with a different conversate that we were having, so.
Do I what?
I'm just going to make that the word. Anytime I have to say conversation, I'm just going to say conversate.
I was watching this YouTube video where the guy makes up a word and he just commits hard to it. The word is profitate.
Was that Brian Callen?
No.
It sounds like a Brian Callen word.
No, it doesn't. It's the
Yes, it does. Don't defend him because that sounds like a Brian Callen word.
Does Brian Callen make up words like that?
Smart people make up words, bro.
Oh, really?
It's a sign of higher intelligence, and we don't have to get into this, but we do have to ask you who your best person on set award was.
Dude, okay, it's going to go to both Taran Killam and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, Arnold only gets 20% of it. If you give the award to Taran Killam, then Arnold Schwarzenegger automatically gets 20% of it. So
yeah, because that's what happened with this fucking movie. Because I have to give credit to Arnold because the movie
is so silly.
It got it was already great, but it got so much better once he came into the picture. Like, you wait an hour and 7 minutes for the governor to come in, and it was a well worth it wait. Because he's so fucking silly. He's wearing, at one point, Arnold Schwarzenegger is wearing a blazer that is it's a patterned blazer, and I'm pretty sure it's like sunflowers on it. It's very vibrant, and it's just so silly, and it doesn't match Arnold, but it matches his character.
I love hearing Arnold Schwarzenegger speak German.
Yes.
I could listen to him speak German for the rest of my life.
999.
Just him like talking about the tomatoes and stuff like that. Like, but conversating. I could care less about him shouting no. I want to hear him like just have like buying groceries. I want to hear how that conversation goes when he goes to the butcher.
Yes, I'm curious. Because
actually, I think he's vegan now, but
him speaking any other language other than his own, it's so funny. Dude.
He also does speak, I think, 3 or 4 languages, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he was like trilingual or some shit like that.
Those Europeans, bro.
But with there was a scene where he was what does he do? He coaches a girls' soccer team at the very end.
No, a girls' field hockey team.
Field hockey, that's what it was.
So specific, like some of the jokes that Taran Killam put in are very his joke. Like, you can tell it's very like his idea. One of those being like the water fountain gag when Gabe's drinking water fountain in the hospital.
So good.
And he's like, do you have to do that right now? He's like, just get away from the water fountain.
Because it was so loud.
That one, the girls soccer team or field hockey team, I think is a very like clear joke. And then, fuck, what was the third one? I had a third one. Oh, the reoccurring of Ashley, like every time they go to get Ashley out of the hospital until finally Ashley dies. It's
that was
like,
a good game. That was a great bit. Like, of course, we were waiting for Ashley to just die. It was more
or not, or come back and like.
But even at Ashley's burial, Gunther is so good. He is getting people even at their funerals.
When Gunther fakes the girl that Taran Killam hooks up with.
Yes.
And when we find out that that's him and he's like.
Let's talk about that real quick because he
does like some Mission Impossible style masks that somehow also change his body, Arnold Schwarzenegger's body from Arnold Schwarzenegger to like a small petite blonde girl. Mm-hmm. And like, it's so funny because the girl's like, he's a horrible kisser.
Yes. So fucking funny. It does like just a quick camera shift where it shows this blonde girl in bed with Taran Killam. And then she gets up and it stays focused on him, and then it shifts back to him, and he's holding this blonde girl's mask, but he's huge, and he's in like lingerie or some shit.
He's wearing the dress, her black dress.
That's what it was, and it's just this big burly man in a black dress.
He has about 3 or 4 different outfits, like really good costumes, and then in the mid credits, like post credits scene, his costume is garbage. It's just like him in a fake beard, with glasses and a wig.
He doesn't die.
It's still clearly Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's so usually stuff like that, it could come off as so hack or just super cheesy, or it's just too over the top, right? But with this, let's break down Gunther real quick. Gunther,
break it down now.
He is. I'm not gonna rap this. That would be so difficult.
Please try describing Gunther in rap.
Okay, you can't go that fast though. There we go. That's some baby making BPM. All right. Gunther. Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger is Gunther. He's gonna come and kill your fucking mother. He got guns and he got them Uzis. Super freaking buff. Yeah, Arnold, he got some boobies. Brah, brah, brah. When he shoots you in the head, you know he's rich and he got hella bread. That's Arnold Schwarzenegger comes from the dead. And you know what he said instead of... I can't do it, dude.
Yeah, he also didn't have an Uzi. He had a Tech 9.
That's what it was. Hey, man, under the pressure
you're getting better at guns, though. You are. I think by watching a lot of these films, you're starting to know guns.
Yeah, I remember you had to teach me a lot about guns when we would play some video games.
You're just like, I like this one because it sounds nice.
You have the 5.56 ammo?
What?
The 5.56 ammo?
No. Why do you sound like no?
Why do you sound like someone who's about to choke on saltine crackers, dude? That's disgusting, man.
I'm Seth Rogen.
That was your best Seth Rogen impersonation. You know he hates it when people impersonate his laugh? He's just like, I'm known for other things other than my laugh.
Yeah, and I love all of those things, but you know what else?
What?
I love his laugh.
I do love his laugh. It's out of love if we were to make fun of that laugh.
I wish I could love his laugh.
Do people ever try to impersonate your laugh? Do you get mad when people try to impersonate you?
No. There's only been one that was like really good to the point where like, you know, like when it's so good that like even you laugh and you're like, oh shit, like I do that.
I love it.
Nick Lowe used to do a like spot on impression of me.
Your cadence, inflections,
when we
and
used to work together, and that's the only person I've ever known to do a really like spot on impersonation of me.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to ask her to do it.
It's not the same anymore because I'm a different person now.
Oh, really?
I reinvented myself because I went through a pandemic scare.
2018 Alex is different than 2020 Alex.
His penis is at least 6 inches longer.
Or 6 inches shorter. That's... See, this is why sometimes I can't insult you.
No. I want to see how far you're going to.
Because you just blink super fast, you grin, and I can't read you.
Just let it happen.
Nah, I'll let it be organic. Do you have a B-pos? Who's your best person on set award?
No.
No. I've made you hate this film.
I hate you. Not the film. I love this film and everything about it. But I despise you and your look and your smell.
Guys, this is our very last ICBTB episode. I'll be looking for a new co-host.
He'll be looking through a grave. That's what he'll be looking at. I'm going to fucking murder you.
I'm going to look through a grave?
And put a little window little window in there so I can look down at you and show you all the success I'm having.
Hey, Mom, how come this grave has a window through it?
Why is he alive?
Why can I see this live man through the ground?
Oh, man. My best person on said award actually is Bobby Moynihan.
That's a good... I was thinking about giving it to him at the very beginning, but I just can't. He's good, but Taran Killam having...
Well, I'm not going to do the same thing as you do because, you know...
Oh, you don't like copying me?
Well, we've conversated about it in the past, and it's just
You're making me angry, dude.
Oh, weird. Kind of like if I were to insult your physical appearance, you salty bitch.
What? You always insult my physical appearance.
I never have. When?
This body can never satisfy you. You said that sounds so weird. But you know what I mean.
Christian.
What?
You always satisfy me.
No, thank you, but no.
Your body.
Don't touch me.
Your body.
First of all, don't touch me.
Satisfy me, Christian.
Stop. Don't graze my thigh like that.
You know why?
Why?
Because we're life partners.
We're not life partners, dude.
Really? Because we have it on one of the episodes you agreeing that we're life partners.
No,
and then
platonic
the very next
life partners.
The very next one, suddenly you start throwing this P word around.
Platonic.
Yeah, that's the one.
Platonic. And you say that wrong, too.
Platonic.
You say plutonic.
Platonic.
You keep saying plutonic like it's a derivative of the planet Pluto, which is not a planet anymore.
It is a planet, actually.
Oh, it looks like we're finding out so many differences in our opinions.
It's now a planet again. Did
they bring it back?
Yes, it's not an opinion. That's a scientific fact. It's now a planet again. It's a dwarf planet.
Isn't that like an episode on Rick and Morty where Jerry's
honestly,
like, it's a planet.
Planet.
I'm so mad at you right now. What?
Well, look, Sarlacc Pit, this is the thing. You are a gorgeous woman, and you should just embrace...
Stop. I'm not a woman. I am men.
Are you?
Yes, what?
Or are you mad?
I'm a madman.
Don Draper, or are you Rod Sterling?
I'm John Hamm from Mad Men. I think...
This has gone off the rails.
How far off the rails we are is a sign that we should probably end the episode soon. I give this a 5 out of 5.
I give this a 6 out of 5.
Stop doing that. I'm going to stay within the spectrum from now on, because when you say when we start going out of the spectrum of like 5 out of 5,
it like makes it, there's no point having a spectrum.
I don't know what to put for like our, for our rankings anymore. So I just been putting, it can be that great. Which doesn't even exist in our spectrum.
Yeah, I guess I give it a 5. We
give
can
it a 6 out of 5, dude. Stop. All right. Baddies. Please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts if you have not already, or if you have already, find someone else's iPhone, take it.
Yeah, when you like go to like the Sprint store or Verizon, and they have all those iPhones out, just like open up the podcast app and download all of our episodes and give us 5 stars and write us a review, because honestly, you're waiting in line for a couple hours anyways. I've done it at least 4 different Sprint stores.
Yeah.
You did it at a T-Mobile store. You don't even have T-Mobile. It's just like, I call it guerrilla tactics.
Yes, guerrilla.
It's guerrilla
tactics.
marketing.
Guerrilla marketing.
Boots on the ground.
Get any kind of smart device that you can.
Sand in your toes.
Sand in your toes. That's right. Get a phone when you're chilling on the beach. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Let's just end it.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Bye.
Check out our YouTube channel.
They know what to do.
Follow us on that. You know what to do. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Can't be that bad.
Bloop.